Why do I always Facebook always gives me always stupid stream key. We are live on YouTube at the moment, trying to get live on Facebook. Let's see. Why is this thing not giving me the fucking option? This thing's so annoying. Oh my god, this thing always gives me problems. Like, I don't understand. Like, how many times... Watch, I'm gonna have to stop this. Finally. All right. Looks like we are now finally officially live for the 30-minute open office time where I open up my virtual office to you, where you can ask your marketing questions and I will answer them for you. So Facebook always giving me trouble getting on to this live thing. Not sure why, but we are live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. So we are live on both platforms. Make sure everything is functioning. Looks like it. All right. Sounds good. Audio's coming through. Testing, testing. Yes, it is. All right. Well, happy Friday, everybody. Thank you for joining. This is my 30-minute open office time where you get to ask your marketing questions. So if you have any marketing questions, drop them in the comments and I will answer them for you. I do have a few questions that I will be going through here shortly. Before I get to the questions, you can also join me live on here if you'd like. So if you'd like to come on live, I'm going to drop the link in the comments where you're able to join live. Just let me know that you're going to join so I can make sure to accept you in. So let's go ahead and drop that link. Let me grab that link real quick. We'll drop that in there. Let's put on here, be a guest. So if you want to be a guest, we can talk marketing, we can chit chat, whatever you want, but you can join live. So there's the link on Facebook. I'm going to drop it also on the YouTube. I don't know how to actually do the comments on here. Top chat, live chat. Here we go. Be a guest. Why is there always got to be something in the way? All right, so there's a link on both Facebook and on YouTube. So again, this is my 30-minute open office time where I open up my virtual office to you to answer your marketing questions. And so one of the first questions that I got was, do you have to have social media profiles? Right. So obviously this is streaming on Facebook. It's also streaming on YouTube for the reason that not everybody is on social media. Now, at the same time, depending on the type of business and who your ideal customer is, it might be a good idea to be on social media platforms, whether that's LinkedIn because you're more of a B2B type business and you don't really do anything with consumer side. You may not need to do Facebook and Instagram and all these other social networks that are more consumer focused. So depending on where your ideal customer is, I would say you should do it. The other reason to utilize social media is not specifically for the social aspect of it, but also for the SEO aspect of it. Right. So social media profiles also rank really well within search engines. They also provide social signals to Google about your website and how people are going to your website from the social platforms. So it does create social signals on an SEO level. So that is important to keep in mind. So just creating the profiles might be worth it because then you also will take up more real estate. When someone Googles your business name, you'll have all those listings within the first page, typically, if they're optimized correctly. So I would say, yes, you should have some sort of social media platforms for your business. And now on the other side of that, there was a question from a virtual assistant. It says, how important do you think it is to have a website? Uh, that they've been getting clients through word of mouth. Thus far, it's been pretty smooth getting new clients for them. But they want to kick it up a notch, start promoting their business, and they're considering, whether or not to create a website. So my thoughts on whether or not you should have a website, you should definitely have a website for your business. The reason being, and I don't know how the word of mouth is happening, if it's actual word of mouth, word, person to person, or if it's something where people are recommending them through social channels and other platforms and groups, and that's how they're getting the referrals. But with uh, a website, the website's really the only thing that you have control over. So no matter what happens with any of these social platforms that are out there, you're able to still drive people to your website. Right. So right now, TikTok's on the fence whether or not the U.S. government's going to allow them to continue to operate within the U.S. And if that disappears, a lot of small businesses and business owners are going to struggle because that's their main source of generating business, right? So that's the only area that they drive traffic. How they generate their sales is through TikTok. And now, if for whatever reason they do decide to shut that down, they're going to struggle because they're not set up to drive people anywhere else. People don't know how to find them. Nobody has a way to find them because they typically don't do any SEO for. They may not work a lot on their website. They might just be using the TikTok shop and may not even be selling through their own website. So there's a lot of factors that can play into that. But the most important thing is if you have a website, you don't have to worry about any of that. All right. So anything that you promote, you always want to drive people and let people know that you have a website and how to get a hold of you and how to purchase your products or your services through your website. And if you're going to be starting to promote your business, maybe you're going to start, going out and doing more networking, handing out flyers, doing community events. People are going to go online and look you up, whether that's, to see if you have a website. They're just going to look you up, right? And so if you have a website, that's your way to kind of control what is being said about your business, right? So people are going to go to your website and learn about who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. So definitely have a website. Uh, yeah, that's it. Just simply have a website. It's really important. Uh, all right. So again, this is my 30-minute open office time where I open up my virtual office to you and you can ask your marketing questions. If you do have any marketing questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments and I will answer them for you. Also, within the comments, there is a comment in there with a link says be a guest, and you can actually be a guest and hop on here live with me, and we can chat about marketing or chat about business, whatever you like. But that link is there in the comment section if you'd like to hop on live. Just put a comment in there, going to join so that I know that you're going to be joining and I can add you in. All right. So And if you don't know who I am, my name is Jose. I am the owner and founder of Recon Media Inc., a digital marketing agency based in Port St. Lucie, Florida. We primarily focus on helping businesses generate more sales and leads online through paid advertising on Google, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as help local businesses with their online presence with the search engine optimization. And so that leads into the next question is what happens to my SEO rankings if I get a new website? So this is a very common question. This is actually a reason why a lot of business owners don't uh, get new websites because they're so worried about losing their rankings because they've heard stories about people getting a new website and all of a sudden they lost all their rankings. Uh, and this only happens, I should say, you only lose your rankings if the new site is not set up correctly when it goes live, right? So there's a lot of technical things that should be taken into account when creating a new website in order to keep all the SEO rankings that you currently have within your website. So, for example, to start off with, you have certain pages that are already on your website existing currently. On the new website, you'd likely want to have either those same pages with same URLs, or you're going to want to set up what are called 301 redirects in order to redirect any of the traffic from any of the old links to any of the new links. So sometimes if you have a very old website, especially HTML websites, you'll see it'll say .html in the URL, and the URL is a little longer maybe. But those, when you get a new website, all of those URLs need to be redirected to the new page. And one thing that a lot of people do, and what I see a lot of web designers do that aren't familiar with SEO, is they'll just set up a 301 redirect for all the old pages on the website. Um, because they changed all the URLs, and they'll just redirect all the traffic to the homepage, which doesn't help when it comes to SEO. So that's a big mistake that I see that happens when it comes to getting new websites and maintaining your SEO rankings. The other thing is a lot of times when people get new websites, the new website isn't optimized, right? So you've gone through, you've done all this SEO work to your old previous site, new site goes live, but they didn't implement any of the SEO on-site elements such as meta titles, meta descriptions. They didn't take into the headings into account. And they didn't even know what words you were ranking for previously. And so that will lead to losing your rankings. So really, when it comes to getting a new website from an existing website, you want to work with an agency or web developer who has a firm understanding of SEO and search engine optimization and how to transition from one website to the next website without losing any of those rankings and at the same time improving on those rankings. And that's one of the biggest things is when you get a new website, you should never really lose rankings. Your rankings should technically improve because the whole point of getting a new website is to improve your online presence, right? Whether that's, aesthetically with the new website or better rankings. And that's why you're creating a new website with more pages. So you definitely want to work with a professional when it comes to transitioning from one old website to a new website so you don't lose those rankings. All right. Next question. So the next question is something I don't actually really dabble in. The question is, what do you think of SMS marketing? So SMS marketing is text marketing, sending text messages for your business. Um, so I don't do a lot of text messaging. The text messaging is typically utilized for appointment reminders, uh, to get people to the appointments, all right, for clients, make sure that they show up, and that they're reminded about it. But you will see a lot of e-commerce businesses now are utilizing text messaging to send out promotions. And I think it's also really good for restaurants. So if you are a restaurant, you should definitely have some sort of text type platform because with it, you're able to send out a text message to everybody in your database on the days that where it's slow. So if you have a day that's slower than normal, maybe a weekday that's become kind of slow, you can actually send off a text message to your entire database and they will receive it right on their device right away. And more than likely, you'll have a 80 to 90% open rate within the first 5 minutes because most people will read text messages right away. And so that can have an immediate impact on your business. And so SMS marketing is very good for that. What I encourage you to do is work with a SMS platform or text messaging platform that specializes in sending off text messages, just because there are a lot of laws involved with sending off text messages to people. So you definitely don't want to just be sending off text messages randomly to people for SMS marketing. So, like I said, restaurants it's really good for. And then e-commerce, it's also become very popular for e-commerce where they send out a special here and there. And that's the big thing also with e-commerce or with messaging marketing is frequency. And that's the biggest thing that people worry about is how frequently are people going to be sending them text messages. Most of the things that I have signed up for have done a really good job with controlling their frequency as far as how often they're sending out text messages. Maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe once a month. It's not something that's constant like email marketing. Email marketing, you literally get 3 emails from the same person on the same day about the same thing, right? And so if you were getting that on text messages, you'd be super annoyed and you'd likely not want to do business with them. On email, it's different because most of that, if you're utilizing Gmail, goes into a promotion box or separate box, and it's easier to kind of control and filter that. And most people aren't in their email inbox all the time. So overall, I think SMS marketing is good. But like I said, restaurants for at a local level is definitely the one area where I see opportunity for that as well. Uh, all right. So thanks for joining. Again, this is my 30-minute open office time where I open up my virtual office to you, where you can ask your marketing questions. So if you have any marketing questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments and I will answer them for you. As well as in the comments, there is a link to join as a guest. So you can just click on the link and join as a guest. Just let me know that you're hopping on so I can make sure to accept you if I to let you in. But I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Just drop them in the comments. The next question that came in was actually just about Google Business Optimization. So a lot of people have Google Business profiles. You should have a Google Business profile for your business, and some ways to optimize it. Uh, First of all, when it comes to your Google Business profile, you should completely fill out every single section that they have, right? If there's an option for you to fill it in and you have an answer for it, fill it in. There are sections that aren't relevant to all businesses, so obviously skip those. But you want to fill out your entire Google Business profile so that it's completely optimized. The other thing is adding in images. So adding images to your Google Business profile, whether that's images of the services you offer, whether that's the office, behind the scenes, whatever you want, you can upload those in there. That also keeps optimizes your Google Business profile because it feeds Google more things to show for your business. And one of the biggest areas for people to optimize on their Google Business profile is actually the posting. So on Google Business profiles, you can post. Typically, the post lasts about 7 days on there. So I encourage people to post at least once a week. And those posts can be anything from you can put a promotion on there. It could just be a link to your website. It could be actually a click to call, right? So you can have a special call us now and receive a special and have a call button there. So there's a lot of different options to utilize that, but definitely utilizing the post option on Google Business Profiles will help overall with the optimization there. And then the other area that I see a lot of people leaving is a very short about section. So when it comes about describing your business, a lot of people, oh, we do this, and it's like 2 sentences. They give you a lot of space. you have tons of space and characters to fill in there. So you want to utilize that section as much as possible and put in a detailed description about your business as possible that you can utilize. And so that will help out with optimizing your Google business profile. But again, the other next thing is with the Google business profiles, always go back and check to see what updates they've made, because they do make updates and add in different features and other categories. So you want to go in there and check it every now and then to make sure that those are up to date and that you're taking advantage of all the options that they have there. All right. So maybe next time I'll do a actual screen share, and we can I can go through it live on the screen share. So that was a question about Google Business Profile. So if you just joined, this is my 30-minute open office time where I open up my virtual office to you to answer your marketing questions. A couple of the questions that I've answered already is, what are my thoughts on SMS marketing, text messaging? Do you need to have social media profiles? What happens to my SEO rankings if I switch websites or get a new website? And then also on the opposite side, do I need to have a website? All right. So those are a few of the questions that I've answered already that have come in. So if you missed that, those will be here. You can watch the replay and you'll be able to fast forward through those and all that. All right. So I got a question here. Is there a way to research or learn which marketing platforms are best suited for my business? I own a pet care business. I don't know of any specific tool to research that'll tell you all the platforms. When it comes to pet care, what I would do is one of the biggest things when it comes to marketing is reverse engineering. All right, is really seeing where your competitors are at, especially the very, very big ones, and kind of start reverse engineering what it is that they are doing and the platforms that they are on. Now, being that it's pet care, definitely, some of the marketing platforms that I would encourage you to be on is definitely Facebook and Instagram and promote on there. There are communities, I'm sure, of pet owners where they discuss ways to take care of their pets. They ask questions, so I would look into those, kind of like Reddit. So possibly on Reddit as well, it would be a platform that I would go and look into, and on there you can ask questions and find out also what platforms are people using, where do they go for this, where do they go for that. And you can actually learn a lot on Reddit, to do some research on there and get feedback from people. So that's actually a great platform to get live feedback from people. And a lot of the questions that you may have may already be in there, and you can just kind of search for them and see some answers. But again, you can definitely ask questions in there and get the answers for it. Yeah. So when it comes to marketing platforms, there's so many different marketing platforms: social, Google Ads, YouTube. It kind of depends on the type of pet care that you offer, whether that's, are you selling a product, or do you offer pet sitting? So it kind of depends on what it is that you're offering. But overall, you're just looking to get in front of consumers with pets, and then it's more of like narrowing down: is it people that have birds? Is it people that have ferrets? Is it people that have cats? Is it people that have dogs? Right? And where do these people spend their most of their time? And where can you get your advertisements or promotions out in front of them and let them know how your products or services are better than the competition, or how they can help solve a problem that they may be facing currently? So I hope that helps answer that question. I don't know if I guess that's kind of the way that I would do for research, for which marketing platforms are best suited. Is kind of go out there and do some research on like Reddit and some other, I guess, like blogs out there. So. All right. So again, thank you for joining. This is my 30-minute open office time where I open up my virtual office to you and answer your marketing questions. What's my take on SMS marketing? I actually answered that a little while ago. Real quick, my answer to that is definitely doing SMS marketing. Again, for e-commerce, it could actually work for pet care as well. Is have people join your text messaging platform where you send out special offers and incentives to people through there. Again, also restaurants would be really good. So overall, I think SMS marketing is a great way to help market your business. It's a way to stay top of mind. It's very similar to email, but you have to control the frequency of how often you send out text messages and what it is that you are sending out uh, to keep people engaged. You don't want people opting in and then you send off this first message and they all opt out and hit stop or type in stop to get off your list. So really, SMS marketing is really good when used properly. You just want to make sure that you are doing it correctly and not over sending. So like I said earlier, I typically haven't seen any issues with any of the SMS platforms or businesses that I've signed up for their messaging. They're really good, typically once or twice a month. Some of them it's every 2 or 3 months, so it's actually not intrusive at all. So it's just a matter of frequency and then utilizing a platform that can take care of all the legal aspects for you, because there is a lot of legality behind sending off text messages as well, similar to email where there are can spam laws for that as well. All right. So thank you for joining. Welcome, welcome. If you just joined, this is my 30-minute open office time where I open up my virtual office to you to answer your marketing questions. So if you do have any marketing questions, feel free to drop them in the comments and I will answer them for you. Uh, and also within the comments, there is a link. If you'd like to hop on and be a guest, you can hop on, click on the link there and be a guest. Just let me know that you're hopping on. All right, looks like we're still live. Looks like Facebook is frozen for me, so I'm not sure. But let's keep going. Let's see if I have anything else. Those are most of the questions that I have. Yeah, I think those are the questions that I've collected for this week. We are actually about 4 minutes left. So if you do have any other questions, please feel free to drop them in there. One of the biggest things that I'm working on with clients is helping them understand the power of email marketing and collecting emails. So one thing that I've talked a lot about is what's called a lead magnet. And a lead magnet is essentially just a way to get people into your database, right? So that you can market to them, get them into your sales funnel, and start being able to advertise directly to people that are interested in your product or service. And so, how do you do this? You have to attract them with some sort of what called magnet to attract them in, and it's called the lead magnet. So a few different lead magnets that are out there that you likely see is the coupon offers when you land on an e-commerce website. So you see a product on social media, or you see a product and you go and look it up, and then you go to their website, and all of a sudden, boom, there's a pop up. Hey, sign up, give us your email, receive 20% off your first order. And you're like, oh, damn, heck yeah, let me sign up. And you go ahead and sign up, and now they got your email. You may not purchase anything right then and there, but you're like, I definitely don't want to miss out on my 20%. So you're going to opt in because you have an interest in purchasing that product or service. So you decided to go ahead and provide your email address. And now these businesses want you to provide them your email address on that first visit, because they know more than likely you're not going to purchase on that first visit. All right. And so if they can capture your email address and be able to market back to you through email, uh, they'll be able to eventually get you to purchase. Whether that's them sending off 5 or 6 emails, you seeing them through social media again, them remarketing to you through ads on YouTube or ads on other websites, all of a sudden you just start to see them over and over and over again. Multiple touches will lead someone to actually make the purchase. Um, and they typically say it's about 7 to 10 touches before a consumer will actually take action with a business. I've heard it's even up to as high as 15. The point is, you need to continue to get in front of people over and over again. And so that's what a lead magnet will allow you to do, is capture their information of people who are interested, and then you're able to market back to them utilizing the emails. And those emails can be utilized for email marketing, remarketing, Google Ads. There's a lot of different ways to utilize the actual email list to get back in front of these people. Other lead magnets, typically for more B2B businesses like myself, I put out guides, right? So I have a page called resources.reconmediainc.com, and on there's a bunch of different guides related to marketing. And so as people opt in to those guides, they go into my email marketing campaigns, and then they start to receive a weekly email marketing tip from me. And so that's how I've been able to continue to grow my email database. And that's how most businesses are growing their email databases, is by utilizing a lead magnet. So if you don't have a lead magnet or not sure what lead magnet to create for your business, please feel free to send me a message. I'll be happy to work with you and answer some questions for you and give you some ideas. Complimentary, no charge, for free. I just want to make sure that you're doing the right things. So, but we have come up to 11:30. So today has been full of answers, a bunch of questions. So I appreciate anybody that's joined. I appreciate everybody that submitted questions. Thank you so much. This was my 30-minute open office time, where I open up my virtual office to you. So if you have any marketing questions, please feel free to join next Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This happens every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, send me your questions, and I will answer them live on the live stream next Friday. Um, Again, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate each and every one of you, and have a wonderful weekend. Take care. Bye.